Then there was a plantation out here called La Esperanza Plantation. La Esperanza Drive over here. Okay. And it went defunct because it was owned by a bunch of captains from the Steamboat crowds. Captain Kelly, Captain Kennedy, Captain King, and all of those. Now, what did they know how to make a living? Steamboats. They didn't know anything about farming. You know, community gardens was way out of their realm. And so they went bankrupt, and Celestine Jagu, a Frenchman, had agricultural experience. So he came in and he says, hey, I can buy this thing from you and relieve you your burden, and maybe I'll make a fortune and go back to France and retire a millionaire. And so he did that. He bought it, and it was called La Esperanza Planting Company. And he developed it into a Garden of Eden. Have you ever dreamt of going outside your backyard and reaching up and pulling a pear off of a tree? Oh, and here's a banana. And, you know, going through, it's a Garden of Eden, right? You pick, you know, oh, there's some cherries. That's what he did here. 640 acres was a square mile. That's the way they did town sites back in those days. Okay, so this was 648. He turned it into a Garden of Eden. The newspaper accounts at the turn of the century, because he was quite a merchandiser. He'd go down to the Chamber of Commerce and say, oh, look, here's a bushel of fresh limes, Persian limes and all that. And everybody got excited, and it would be in the press. But he had 11,000 banana plants here. He introduced the first citrus, like I say, Persian limes. He did wine viniculture. He had silkworms. He had cork trees. Do you see how this was a Garden of Eden? So that's what he did. He developed this up. All right, so he died, and then his sons and then the grandsons carried on and whatever, and then the interest, well, they didn't want to be farmers. They wanted to go into the center of the city and be cityfied.